Guys, I gotta say this. This is when this hillbilly met rednecks. Now, there's more than one kind of. There's two types of rednecks. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you. Just listen to me. It's not racist. You got the northern rednecks and you got the southern rednecks, and let me tell you, it's on the same. On the East Coast, it was the same way with the hillbillies. The actual word hillbilly came from the northern states and somehow got pushed down into the Appalachian Mountains, the Smoky Mountains, and the Blue Ridge Mountain there. And we got all the stigmatism and all that went along. Is that the right word? That went along with it. So we embraced the word. That was better than what they were calling us in that area at that time before they started calling us hillbillies. So you still had your east, or your in the East Coast, you had your north and your southern hillbillies. They're still there, folks. I ain't even gonna argue with you. They're there. Look it up, or go meet them. Now, out west, you got your, like I said, I was a hillbilly. East Coast hillbillies. Whatever all that crap is, but you go out west. I went out there in like 1985, 1986, rode a bus, folks, to Arizona. That's where I met the southern rednecks. Now, let me tell you about them. The southern rednecks, they don't always ride horses. Well, they are horses, but they're iron horses. Motorcycles, big wheeled off-road trucks, rock crawlers, all kinds of different kind of horses, but not just horses. But they also ride horses as well. They have ranches down in Arizona, horse ranches, cattle ranches, all that. But they're like it's like they came down from the north, basically trying to fit in the south. I don't know. I think the ranches were there long before the motorcycles and the trucks and stuff, folks. I'm old, but I ain't that old. But anyway, let's see. All right, yeah, I already said the southern rednecks. They don't just ride horses. Now, I moved up to where my wife was raised. That her family still owns. I don't know how many acres up there. It's a big farm. It's been in their family for a while. I've got videos of it online where we went out in one of my Jeeps driving around on the property, checking it out, and we never left their property. But they up there, there is ranchers, there is hunters, and after they took the sawmill out of Walden, Colorado, that's all there is now. They did have a sawmill that was big time sawmill up there. I worked there when we lived up there, but they removed it all and took it all down the last time I went back there. So all they got is the ranchers, hardcore ranchers, folks. I'm talking in the Rocky Mountains. They have to bring the sunlight in by freight train. It's so cold back. It's got to be like the North Pole. It's got to be. It's so, to me, to a hillbilly. These guys, I'm telling you what, man, the family and everybody I met, I mean, I'm related to them through my marriage, folks. So I got to know them. And even my wife's best friend, her husband, let me tell you this. If you ever knew what the Winchester, or not Winchester, he wasn't tough enough. Oh, Marlboro guy, the Marlboro guy, that guy. My wife's friend from when she grew up, when I met him, he would have made him the Marlboro guy look like a wussy. This guy, I mean, this guy is actually out there all winter, all summer, every day. He's working for other ranches to make feed and stuff for his animals and stuff. He's doing that plus doing his ranch as well. And one of the first times I ever meet him, I go up there with my wife. We went to on my wife's property and stuff. And we went over here, and she wanted to. We were going to stay at her friend's house instead of out on my wife's property, because it's so far out, and it's farther out than where these people live. So we go there. This guy, we get up next day. He's still got to go deal with cattle and all this stuff. But his wife got up. She cooked up a breakfast, bacon, sausage, biscuits, gravy. She made it all, had it all before he woke me up. Now, we had just, I think that was the night. We drove in that night we were coming from Arizona or somewhere. I don't even know. But we had drove in, we late, landed there late, but his day couldn't change the next day. So he's hollering, he wanted me to go with him, me, hillbilly. And he said, yeah, let's go, man. It's time to eat breakfast, get out of here. And I'm like, all right, so my wife and me are getting up. We go all a feast, man. I'm telling you, fit for a king, or at least a king hillbilly. I loved it. And he goes, let's go, man. It's time. We got to go. I got doctoring to do on some of these cows and stuff. And I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, all right. So I get up. I start following him out. This guy loved him to death. I wouldn't be able to pick him out in the lineup, but I love him to death. He had his horse set up, saddle and all, and his daughter's horse set up, saddle and all. His daughter was like 3 foot tall at the most. And he thought that was going to work for hillbilly. And I was like, I walk out, and I'm like, oh no. You think I'm going to get on that horse? And he goes, it's my daughter's horse. Anybody can ride it. And I'm like, I'm not scared of the horse. I'm allergic to the hair and stuff on them or something. Or I just fear them to the bottom of my heart for some reason. I don't know. But if I get around them, my eyes swell shut. I get all these big hives all over me, and I can't freaking breathe. He goes, hey, wait a minute then. All right. He walks the horse back over, gets the horse out. He goes, I got something. He opens up these barn doors, and here he comes. I hear him. He fires it up. He drives that. I'm telling you what, it was one of them Toyotas that looked just like a freaking Jeep. But it was like I would say 50s or maybe 60s. It might be 1960 some. But it looked just like a Jeep, folks, but it was a Toyota. He goes, can you at least drive a stick shift? I said, oh yeah, I can drive a 4-wheel drive. So I followed him around in an off-road vehicle. He was riding his horse that he did every day. folks. That's when a hillbilly meets a redneck. A hillbilly needs a truck. God loves you guys. I love you. Seek Jesus.